Greetings from sunny Southern California. This is Murphy Daily at Written by Murphy. This is me coming at you as an AV veteran, events, project management, and you are joining us for the AV life.
Hey, this is Nancy Blanchard from Bose Professional. You can reach me on Twitter and LinkedIn at Nancy Blanchard. And I'm here in San Jose, California. I was able to this week skirt all of the tornadoes while I was in the Midwest, which was quite an experience of hail, rain, dark clouds, you name it. But you are here listening to and watching the AV Life.
James King here, writer for the Higher Ed Digital Magazine, the IT and AV column. HEPMA, again, Google me, you'll find me, and you are watching and listening to the AV Live.
And I'm your host, Tim Van Wert, coming at you from New Jersey, holding down the East Coast all by myself, like I usually do. And currently we've got a little bit of rain, but not so bad. Got a softball game in. And you are here watching and listening to the AV Life. All right, welcome back, folks. We got our crew here tonight. And we've got our weather reports through already, so we can move on with the
That's
rest of the
right.
episode now. How are we all doing today, folks?
Well, just as Whole Foods asked me and Trader Joe's asked me, it's all peachy keen. Today is peachy keen.
Peachy keen. All right, I like it. Murphy, you doing all right tonight?
Exciting over here. As we were mentioning at the beginning, it's commencement season.
Mm-hmm.
And we are all ready to stand by to make sure that our part of the AV goes well. It's more challenging this year than most, but I'm pleased with that. And
Very.
congratulations to all the graduates.
Yep. Yes. We'll
Well,
go.
yeah, that's the unfortunate thing as I've been reading, and I wasn't quite sure, Murphy, in your area was, some of them have decided to postpone graduation or cancel the ceremonies altogether. And, just think about it. I think it was USC that those students had gone through the COVID stage,
Oh
and so
my
they
gosh,
weren't able
James
to
was just
graduate
saying that.
from
Yeah.
high
Mhm.
school,
Like
and now
Yeah.
they
really,
can't graduate from university.
I'd like to say it's when times get tough.
The tough get going.
Okay.
Our true natures come forward. So graduates, I'm sorry that you've had a tough time, but you can become stronger if you let your toughness and your grit
Yeah.
come forth.
They should be hungry like the wolf.
Oh.
Oh,
Sorry, we were
bada
talking
bang.
Duran. It's been in my head. I had to bring it up.
Oh my
Like, and so
gosh.
that was beforehand. I know, Murphy, you had the what's the word I'm looking for?
Delight.
The light of seeing them live.
Mhm.
But yes, but anyway, we'll come back to that. I don't want to cut off the commencement piece. But yes, Rutgers also we graduated our class of 2024 on Sunday.
Hmm.
So they went through a Mother's Day as it always is. Yeah, and but yeah, I feel bad for those 2024 graduates out, on those campuses that had to postpone or cancel. Like you couldn't graduate high school in 2020 because of COVID, and now this, like,
Well,
oh,
assuming a 4-year graduation, but yeah, no doubt
well,
that
it's possible.
these
It's
students were
possible.
affected by COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was well, depending on the university, from NGIT, we always joke that no one graduates in 4 years, but it
I
does
certainly did.
happen.
Took me 12, but a lot of
Uh,
night
That's
school.
that's
that's all
why
right. I was 16, so it's I understand,
Mhm.
Murphy.
Mhm.
you're a professional student.
Well,
You can
technically
say
I was
that.
because I had started in my AV career doing that, and I'm like, I could have a real career and take night classes and get my career started without having to wait. So I'm like, I'm gonna do that.
Hmm.
Thank you, De Anza College. Thank you, San Jose State.
Yeah.
Wait a
Well,
minute, you
yeah,
went
and
to De Anza?
Oh yeah, that's where I
That's where
got my
my two boys
internship.
go. They go to
It's
De
a
Anza.
I gotta tell you, the schools in the Bay Area, the junior colleges in the Bay Area are really good. I
Yeah.
tried taking some junior college classes here in Los Angeles, and I'm like, "Huh, what is this? Ew."
Yeah. I mean, what Max is doing for animation at De Anza far exceeds
Mhm.
what they're doing, what they would be doing in university in Canada.
Yeah, they're really outstanding junior colleges out there, so.
And if you fill in FAFSA, doesn't matter how much you make, they get, I think it's now 2 years free of college.
Oh, what's behind you there?
What is going on?
There's
Are you guys doing something to my camera? I'm on blur.
Oh,
You
yeah, you
can
got blurred background? Oh, yeah.
it was fireworks behind you for a minute,
I
blurred
know, yeah, it
fireworks.
was.
I
Okay.
wonder if it's maybe it's
It's an
a,
AI
gesture.
saying, like, interpreting what you say. It's the interpretive AI.
Do I have that turned on? Did I turn on the oh, no, it's the submarine. No, that's the only thing about that.
That's
I
funny.
don't know if I have gesture controls might be on. Hold on, let's see.
Can we do the heart thing where it explodes?
All
Wow.
right, Zoom experts, what are we doing wrong here?
I'll go back to France.
Okay, yes. Maybe
Uh-huh. That's
Right.
the extent of my
There we
French.
go. That's
I'm
what I'm
sure I'll get a lot
yeah,
of trouble for
I'm
that one.
sure.
But
But yeah, what were we just, oh, about
oh,
Deanza,
junior college.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the junior
Mhm.
college,
But that's
yeah.
what California has is FAFSA,
Mhm.
and you fill
Yeah.
it in. I mean, you're signing off like your second child with how much information they want, but then they provide, if you go to a junior college, free education, free textbooks, free
Nice.
tuition. So I said, take advantage of it.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then you get to
free
get
for the
your little
cost of a lot
graduate.
of paperwork.
You get your little graduation cap. Like I got
That's
Oh.
my little Sony graduation
Ooh.
cap. Hey, if you like this, if you stop by and see us at Infocomm, and that's the AV life, and if you've just gotten your CTS, I won't say it has to be at
I
Infocomm.
know
That'd be
somebody that just
awesome.
got their CTS.
I
He
might
worked
keep one.
really hard for it.
I might keep one of these for myself, but we'll see how, if you come and see us, shoot, I forgot 5156, James.
5150?
Sounds right.
C 5156, the Hetma booth.
Oh.
Come up to the second deck while we're up there recording on Wednesday. Come up
Mhm.
on Wednesday. See us with your I hope you find your little wait. Yeah, by Wednesday they would have graduated from the CTS class, right? The exams are usually on Monday, Tuesday, right?
Does it end with an
Yeah, I
exam?
think the exam's on Monday or Tuesday, but I want to say
Yeah.
Monday.
Mm.
So, hold on one second. I'm going to go to my calendar to make sure I do all this
Right.
right because I put in all these dates already. Where is this? That's that. That's that. So yes, if you come on Wednesday at 2 p.m. at the Hetma booth, 5651, C 5651. I had it inverted. And you come and see us and you just got your CTS, I will give you this cool little Sony stress ball graduation cap. And if you'd like to see what it is, you better go to YouTube and find us and like and subscribe.
Okay.
Also, thanks to our friends at Sony, I have 12 water bottles that I can give away.
Tell us about the water
And I
bottle.
lost James. That was weird.
He went to get his water bottle.
He went to go get his water bottle. We talked so much about staying hydrated during the the show. I have 12 stainless steel water bottles to give to whoever's
Oh,
out there.
stainless steel.
Yeah, these are the good ones. These are the solid. These got a little hook at the top,
Mm,
so you could
nice.
refill it as many times as you want.
My favorite.
And these are solid bottles. So make sure if you come by Wednesday, 2 p.m., the first 12 people get the water bottle. And if you're a CTS person, you get a water bottle and a cap. So stop by and see us for those. So Wednesday, 2 p.m. And that's 2 p.m. Pacific time because that's what Vegas is.
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
talking local time for the show. So don't
Talking local time.
talking. I'm talking. Yeah, I'm talking here.
Mm.
Anyway, I don't
Well,
know.
I bet you brought a little jersey there.
Sometimes the jersey shows up here.
Well,
I
I was
don't.
trying. Poke it out.
So,
He's
yeah, so
back.
and James is back. And so yeah, you make sure you get that water bottle. You'll have to, I will say, please rinse it out beforehand as it's
Oh.
stated in the instructions. So,
Right.
but
You
yeah,
don't know where that water's
Wednesday, 2 p.m., Hetma booth, 5650 C5651, second deck. We're upstairs. So, you'll probably hear us talking, maybe. Or you know what? Find DJ Lyle. If you'll see him,
DJ
and he will be up
Lyle.
there playing music, and you can't miss my my tallest men in AV colleague up there. So
Yeah, and check out Bose Professional because we are the exclusive supplier and we'll be showing our digital column arrays.
mhm. Yes, we're excited for that. I will say, every meeting that we have regarding Infocom the last few weeks has been more and more exciting as all the things are now starting to come together.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's cool.
yeah, so I'm really excited for this show. And I will say, so my calendar is full. It went from like, oh, I got these evenings free to full. Like it just happened like within a week. Um, so like all my evenings are full. We've also got the Higher Ed AV Awards on Monday. So make sure you register for that.
A
Uh,
star-studded extravaganza.
Star stud, yes, exactly. All the who's who in Higher Ed AV will be there.
Uh-huh.
And then if BC shows up, then it's the who's that? But is the most known, the most known unknown man in higher ed AV, BC Hatchet.
Yeah, I didn't, because typically what's funny is I never get invited to any parties because I'm a manufacturer, work in the booth all day, and then I'm
You're supposed to
tired.
have the parties?
But uh, Blanchard 1.0 is going to experience his first Infocom.
Nice.
Oh.
And so all of a sudden it's now like, well, I've got to show them, all these different events like the AV tweet ups and the
Mm-hmm.
Stairman and, so it's like the calendar has become full now.
Yeah.
That's
Or it'll be like,
wonderful.
mom's leaving, go have fun. Here's people. You guys look after him and
Yeah.
I'll be off.
Good times.
He can come party with us all of at the Hetma booth all the time. So
Well, that's what I said is because, he gets to meet like a lot of higher ed folks too, which would
hmm
be exciting.
yeah. So, and I know James, you and oh Jesus. Wow, why am I blanking on this?
What? His
Your
tour?
counterpart at
Oh,
UNLV.
Greenblatt? No,
Frank.
Frank,
Frank.
right.
How can you forget
it's
Frank?
I'm sorry, Frank. I'm apologizing on air here. That I apologize. I blanked. I don't know why. I know you've got two different tours going on. And I believe there's still space available as of this podcast.
Nope. They're
Nope.
all both sold out.
Oh, awesome. That is great
Yeah.
to
Well,
hear.
it's not because I would have liked to have gone.
Well, it's
Don't worry, Nancy. We can talk. But yes, I found out today that both are sold out, and I'll shout out Frank on this one. This is his 5th year in a row selling out the tour.
nice. All right. Well, he's doing something right then.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I'm here. He
Oh,
has to be doing
exactly.
something right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So very cool. Well, I'm glad to hear that, James. And I'm glad for all the AV tweeps that are going to get to experience both sides of UNLV there.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bummed I'm missing out on it, but I know we're all going to be running around crazy during those
Yeah.
first few days.
It's going to be crazy, and that's actually my thing is this year. I I don't think I'm going to be attending after parties or dinner.
Mm.
I mean, the one thing that is, it's in my hometown here now in Vegas. So, like, I want to go home and sleep in my bed, see my
Mm-hmm.
family. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
not like Florida where you're away and you can get away with that stuff. So, And also, I got stuff going on, so so far I've been declining parties
Mhm.
and dinner invites. I might pick one or two here and there, but yeah, I don't plan on going out. But as I mentioned a couple of my higher ed folks and a couple of other folks out there too, is anyone who's find themselves, stuck not doing much and looking to do something, hit me up. I'm sure I can make time
Yeah.
Yeah.
for a low key thing. Like I said, I don't plan on doing any after parties or any big dinners. I might, like I said, do a low key dinner with a couple people.
That's that's what I like.
Mhm.
And still I'm not going to the Peerless. So
Uh,
I have a consultant event which I'm excited about because it's in Elvis's suite for consultants.
ooh,
I've got 86 consultants so far signed up, registered for it. So
Wow.
nice.
yeah.
That's a
Um,
lot. Check
yeah.
you.
I was say I will say I've got I will looking at my dinners that I have, and I don't have one on Friday night, and that's because I'm leaving. I'm pulling the red eye to come back to Jersey. Um, so
And Thursday? Thursday night, are you doing the red eye or
no,
Friday night?
Friday
Proper?
night into Saturday morning.
Oh,
So yeah. Um, so I intentionally left Friday blank to because my I'm also coming back with my father. So, in case my sister wants to do dinner or something like that, because she's bringing him down. So that way
okay.
I have my evening free to be able to do that. Um, but everything like I've said yes to has been relatively low key. So and
Mm.
I'm really excited for that too. And I did that intentionally last year in Orlando, and I'm glad I did. Like, because I went hard in Vegas 2 years ago, and I was exhausted by the end.
It does. It does. And like as an exhibitor, what good is it to me to stay out late partying and I have my CEO who also will be on the booth and I come with a hangover with lack of sleep and I'm not bringing my A game.
Mm,
It's not worth it.
right.
Or
So,
maybe I've done far too many of these, so I've
mhm.
smartened up over the years.
And I will say, yeah, oh, sorry, my phone was, I was- my phone was listening to me there for a minute. Uh,
Back
somehow
off,
I
Tony.
hit the button. Um, shoot, totally lost my train of thought with that. Um, and that's something to just as to, in general to tell everybody that just be aware of yourself. Be very much present for how you are and take care of yourself first because that's the only way, you know, you'll be good to anybody is to take care of yourself first. So,
Yeah.
if you need to take a night off, there's nothing wrong to say no to a party or say no, like, or don't show. I know it kind of sucks to do a no show, but send an email to your manufacturer rep and say, hey, I'm not feeling up for it tonight. So at least they know, you know, and put yourself first, you know.
Yeah, and like with the AV tweet ups, that's from 4 to 6. So that's a
Hmm.
great time to meet others in our community, in our industry. It doesn't have to be the late ones that start at 9 at night. And as you said, it allows you to be able to regroup, recoup, and get ready for the next day. And you're
Hmm.
seeing everybody at all the different booths. And you do know that the HETMA one is the one that's happening.
Of course.
Mhm.
Of
That
course.
is where to be.
And the DJ is pretty impressive too, I have to say.
He's a
Do you
good
have a
he's a
disco
good he's a
ball?
good guy. What's that?
Do you have a disco ball or is he up on the upper deck?
He's on the upper deck. So yeah, you have one of the tallest men in AV on top of the booth. So you
He's gonna
can't
have
miss.
binoculars so that he can look around
I'll
and
put a I'll put a disco ball on his head so he's like a lighthouse so you can't
yeah,
miss him.
If you
yeah.
step just a little bit further out, I saw an article that the sphere was going to be available to put in somewhere else. Like they've done the pilot in Las Vegas. Now they're like, Hey, any other city want a sphere?
Hmm.
I
Really?
know, I know even before the Spear opened Vegas, Paris was already talking about putting one in.
Oh, come on, Paris. You already have your cell tower of the ancients, also known as the Eiffel Tower.
And we'll see. We'll see. It gets a lot of buzz, that Spear.
Mm. Yeah, it does. And there's a tour of that too, if you so choose to do that. If you're wondering about anything that's going on as far as Infocom is concerned, please go visit Avixa and go find all the different. If it's education, because if you're in higher ed, don't forget we have the HETMA Education Summit as well on Monday and Tuesday. It's a great lineup, and Infocom did highlight us just recently, so you could get a quick glimpse as to what we've got going on Monday and Tuesday. Um, and there's lots of other sessions. There's so many of our higher ed folk who are running workshops, and James, you have one too, right?
Yes, and it's actually a lab. It's a
Oh,
hands-on lab
even better.
activity. Yep, how to design a classroom. And I'll admit it's getting a lot of buzz because I think Avixa actually reached out to us asking if we can go into a bigger room because the first room sold out within like 2 weeks, and now the other one was almost sold out. And they
That's
moved us
awesome.
to a bigger room. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Looking forward to it.
That's cool.
Cool. Yeah. So, and I know Britt has one, and I think Aaron
Oh
has
yeah,
another. Like, so you
a
you
lot of
can't.
a lot of us higher ed have them. I
Mhm.
definitely say check out Britt's. Hers is going to be good. Aaron's is definitely is good. Aaron's a wealth of knowledge. So
Yep.
I try to get a lot on my schedule, but it's hard with actually working as well. So, but
Mhm.
I definitely say jump on them because they're going to be full of knowledge.
And I was just saying, I feel like this year they're moving even faster than they ever have. It sounds like there's
Yeah.
a real big push for the education, and it's going very well this year. So yeah, as you listen to this, if you haven't done so already, make sure you register, um, and don't miss out on the opportunity. And yeah, with the HETMA Education Summit, like this is the first year we're going like 2 days. So you know, this is really gonna be cool. And we got some great keynote folks to give, we got some great panel discussions too. Um, so don't miss out. Uh Personally, this time I'm trying to also to make sure that not only am I doing my HETMA booth time, because I'm there for HETMA. That's I'm here as Rutgers, there as Rutgers, but I'm also there as HETMA. But I'm making sure I take some time this time to do like things for me and my personal development, making sure that I stay on top of that. Uh, now that I'm a CTS holder, I got to make sure I keep up with my continuing ed credits. So, and
As
this is your reminder. If you have your CTS, don't forget about those credits every three
yeah,
years. So keep on top of it.
as a HETMA podcast, we do promote and encourage people to get their education.
Hmm.
We talk about books that are good on here. So take charge of your own career and your personal development. This is a chance to do that.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, it's funny. As I'm sitting here and I was just scrolling through Twitter/X, um, I am seeing that Ryan Gray's floor tour has already sold out as well. Um,
Yes.
Nice.
so yep. So there's his. I think he had both of those. Is it both of his? Yep.
Do you have a list of what booths at what time he'll be going to?
No, I don't have that. He may. So if you've already registered for it, or Nancy, we'll take that offline and we'll let you
Yeah.
know. Maybe just reach out to Ryan and see if there's a plan for that tour. Um so yeah, I love that all the buzz is kicking up as it always does at this time of year for Infocom. Um and it's I will say on top of all that, all of our AV tweeps are like really out there still. Like this has like been like all gas, no brakes lately for everybody. I feel like, and this is for all the manufacturers. I think more than anything else, like Renee is out there right now. I'm seeing our good friend Gina Sansevero is out there at another conference. Like we're like there are folks everywhere right now. So
There's a lot going
no
on.
easing up.
I leave Sunday to LA
Hmm.
for a an event there. So I'll be there until Wednesday night. And then after Infocomm is an athletics um, event, going to a place that I've always tried to avoid, but I'm going for my first time, which is New Orleans.
Nice.
Mm.
So, like you said, lots and lots of places. I don't get the fun stuff like Murphy, where she's going to these concerts for free.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's now we can circle back to the concerts that I cut off before.
Oh, it was such a great festival in Pasadena. Nice, chill place, not very far. There are two festivals back to back. One is coming up this Saturday. There is time if you want to go see it. Just Like Heaven Festival is happening this Saturday. Well, I don't know if this is coming out before Saturday, but Just Like Heaven. And that's a little more. I wanted to see that because I am fond of the band, the Postal Service, and they were playing as well as a bunch of other like the War on Drugs and some other bands that are a little more modern. The one I saw was sort of the 80s retro festival called Cruel World. Blondie and Duran Duran put on a great concert. I also saw Soft Cell, Simple Minds, Adamant, and
Wow.
yeah.
Oh, oh ho ho.
I
You know
saw
what?
that picture. I saw the picture of Adam Ant that you shared.
Yes,
That was cool.
he has a portrait of himself in his closet in which he is actually old.
Hmm.
But he looked great.
I just got that reference.
Right. Um,
Sorry, it took a second.
mhm. Um, and I was I was, my stamina's pretty low and I was rather ill this week too. So I'm like, but I want to go and I have a friend who'll go with me. So I propped myself up against the fence and I'm like, I'm just gonna stay here. So I like walked around a little bit. We saw some bands, and there was a band that is not from the 80s called TR/ST that I was like, who are these guys? These are great. I really enjoyed them. And they were actually from the 2000 teens,
Hmm,
but they were killing it. They kind of reminded me a bit of Depeche Mode. So good times. And
nice.
I know. And the oh, that was so good. It was so nicely laid out on the side of the Rose Bowl and just a bunch of stages. You could walk around, listen to all these so nicely laid out. You just like walk up and get as close to the action if you want, talk to people. There were people that were, all dressed up and the whatever, and they had their concert festival clothes, looking 80s-ish, a lot of people with, you know, punk situation happening. And um Blondie had so much stage presence. Excuse me, Debbie Harry leading Blondie had a huge amount of stage, and all the guitars, excellent, excellent guitar playing. I was like, oh, it's been a while since I've heard really strong guitar playing. So yes, these are possibly some of the guitar people were original and some of them were like brought on, but the playing was really excellent. And I remember, oh yeah, that used to be really important in music, guitar playing. So I
Hmm.
got a lot of really good guitar playing. It was wonderful. And Soft Cell, famous for their cover of Tainted Love, which wasn't even
Hmm.
their song, actually had a lot of good music, which I was like, oh yeah, they're not just a one-hit wonder. Apparently they were known in Britain more than America, because in America they were only about the Tainted Love song. But I was like, oh yeah, these guys have a lot going on. So,
Hmm.
and the video wall with the visual of everything, and then it's great. Yeah, good times. And Duran Duran, cannot forget Duran Duran themselves really killed it. They put on an excellent show. All the guys were there doing what they do so well. Excellent showmanship.
That's
Good.
awesome.
Yes.
I will say it's been pretty cool, like, over the last, I don't know, like, decade, like, being able to see a lot of these, like, 80s, 70s, 80s bands, like, still touring and things like that, and, like,
Mhm.
really, like, still pulling these audiences and things like that. Like, all these bands that I never got an opportunity to go see, like, now I actually still have the chance to go see live if I could, so
I hear I gotta look it up. I'm not sure, but I hear that during Infocom, the current living members of the Grateful Dead will be playing at
Ah,
the Sphere.
Oh, right, yeah, because 'cause
mhm.
they've got the Grateful Dead show going through there too, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be pretty cool.
Life is short. Go see a concert.
That sounds like a t-shirt.
Does.
Well, even then, there's a lot of musical groups, whether they're all traveling together, from a certain era, as like the metal ones are. But it was really weird today because on TV I saw Train was performing on the show, and then he cut over to, or had the next singer sing, and it was Styx. And I thought, well, that is really weird because
The
that's a big
mashup.
generational gap between the two bands.
Mm.
So I can just assume that they've got something going on too, where they're going to probably travel together and perform.
Well, as my Gen Z daughter calls it, meme songs. She's like, "Oh,
Hmm.
that's a meme song." I'm like, "Have you heard?" And we play. She goes, "What are you talking about?" So I'll play the song. She's like, "Oh yeah, I know that," because it's on YouTube. Her YouTube video background music that they just grab
Oh,
and slam onto things. So she became a fan of Hall and Oates because of that. And she will tell me, "Oh, yeah, mommy, that's a meme song." Excuse me, mother, that's a meme song. So
Mm.
I'm like, "Well, good. It's better than some of the modern stuff, which is not musically challenging." Of course, she also is the violinist and leans towards classical anyway.
Mhm.
But still, yes, the meme songs, which I don't know which of the Styx songs are meme songs, but no doubt some of them are.
I will say there have been fun times, like, just sitting listening to, like, my son and, like, the YouTube videos that he watches, and all of a sudden, like, something familiar
You're
kicks
like,
on, and I go, "Wait, what are you watching?" He's, "Oh, it's a video of this guy doing this thing." I'm like, "Oh." I'm like, "It's not like you don't know where that song came from, do you?"
mm, and the song is better than the video it's backing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he shows me, "Oh, it's funny what he's doing." I'm like,
He's
"Yeah, no, it's
lighting
not."
his shoes on fire. You're like, okay. Mm.
Oh, man. So, yeah, that makes me wanna go to a concert, and I need to get to one. It's been a while, so
yeah.
Wow.
there's plenty of choices, it's just finding the time, that's really what it is.
Well, yeah.
I was seriously considering ELO,
Mm.
but now that the
ELO.
keyboardist has passed away, it's
Mm.
only Jeff, the singer. So I don't.
Don't let that get in your way, because there's going to be somebody who is inspired by the original keyboard player who will add something to it. They're not going to get a sucky keyboard player. They're going to get really the pick of the litter.
Well, yeah,
Mhm.
but it's still not the same because it's not
No,
the
yeah.
original band.
True. But I will say, it's been fun seeing, like, bands like Queen, like, continue on. They get Adam Lambert in there, and he starts singing along with them and does a great job with it, and, that then they can continue, you know, the legacy, as it were, so but, yes, I know it's not no one could ever compare to Freddie Mercury. I'm not saying that Adam Lambert is anywhere
Yeah.
near that, but
Yeah.
he's close enough to get, to keep it going and still have a
Yeah.
good time. Oh, man. I'm just looking through all of our, going back to Infocom real quick, I'm just looking at the education guide, just to see like all the different things that are going out there, for all the different tracks and everything. So many different options. Sorry, I can't look at this. I'm gonna get distracted and then, that'll derail the show.
Or
Um,
which is to say, look at it yourself, dear listener, and check
yes.
it out.
hmm
Mm.
There's a lot of information, so make sure you block out some time for yourself. Just to, even if you got to throw yourself in like an hour block on your calendar, just so that no one books it for you. Just do that and make sure you do that. I found that that's actually a really good way of like giving myself time during the day. It's like put it on my calendar as like even if I'm not in my office, just say, okay, I need to stop what I'm doing, take a break, and do this other thing so I could try to stay on track with other stuff. So, um, oh, speaking of HETMA stuff, Nancy, we really didn't talk about you were at the Ohio Roadshow on May the
Yes.
10th, were you? Weren't
Yes.
you? So how did I heard nothing but wonderful things about how Andy and his folks ran that event. So
My
I'd
my
like to hear
friends,
the
Yes.
what was that?
I'm sorry, just to interject. I do have to leave because I have
Okay.
an event with
Oh,
my daughter, but
it
thank
is
you
that
guys.
time. Yes, it is that time. Have a good night,
Bye.
Murphy.
Good night. Yeah, I mean, from the start, it was just he and his team. They had lots of student volunteers, which I thought was great in getting them involved in it, and, and then it would also help them in understanding the whole AV world and that. But there was just there was always someone around, so if you had a question you could ask them about it. It was really cool with having the food truck outside for lunch. The food was phenomenal from them, and that's being, somebody with food intolerances. um, they they had a good showing for the sessions that they held, and some really good questions from the people that stopped by our tables. So
Awesome.
it was well represented, I'd have to say, from the manufacturers that were there.
That's great. I'm glad to hear that. So
Yeah. And I mean, the manufacturers were asking, where's the next road show? And I remember hearing from you folks that um there haven't been any planned. So it wasn't that this one was maybe the last of 2024. Maybe there might be some happening in the fall, but
to
it was,
be determined and to be
yeah,
announced. So let's we'll have more information on that going forward. It sounds like you know what overall the road shows were a great success in my book. So
yeah.
I'm hopeful in our continuance of that project. So
Well, Chris said
uh,
to Andy, now's your chance. You can sleep, relax, because I guess the past few days before it, he was just pushing himself and putting in a lot of hours in that. But kudos to him.
I understand that feeling very well.
Yes, yes, yeah.
So
So it can
um,
only get bigger and better.
exactly. So I think overall, yeah, like I said, the whole series of road shows, from the humble beginnings in Baltimore, coming all the way around the country and back again, and it's almost like like a Lord of the Rings, thing there and back again, a Hetma tale. Um, so
Yeah, no, I think you guys did really well.
mhm. So, but yeah, definitely. So yeah, so really there's no roadshow for June because we're focusing on Infocom like a lot of folks are. So, we want to make sure we put our efforts in that. So yeah, come and see us at the booth. There is a very extensive listing of all the speakers that you're going to see at the HETMA Higher Education Summit on the infocom.org site. And if you
Hmm.
go under education, it's listed under there. Um, I will actually also tweet out about it later. And I actually just saved the tweet so I don't forget to do it later.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So put that in my saved posts for later. And that'll take you straight to the listing, and you can see everybody that we got listed there. And there was something on Instagram, there was something on Facebook, and another one from Twitter. And so yeah, you'll find us all over the social medias for that.
So I have a question for you.
Sure.
From the attendees, is this for Infocomm Global? Is it North American? What
As far as registrants for the Education Summit,
for the
I
Education Summit, and then, for people that are attending, but I would probably say more for Education Summit because that is where you'll actually see
I
who.
it's open for all the higher education, no matter, I believe, no matter where you're from. So if you're at a higher ed institution, if you come across the pond, one way or the other, and if Pacific or Atlantic, then you can come and visit and join up for the Education Summit. So it's going to be a great time, and very jam packed with knowledge based and some big subject matter experts. So, and if you attended last year and even if you got something out of it last year, you're going to get even more out of it this year. So, we're doing a great job of getting it ready to be a bigger event than it was last year. So, we definitely welcome our international colleagues as well.
And the
So,
DJ, he's from a Caribbean island, right?
yep. Trinidad Tobago. He's from over there, or
Yeah,
Tobago or Tobago, James?
Tobago.
Tobago.
Canadian
Yeah,
Okay.
spelling,
you have to.
Canadian
You're
pronunciation.
asking the wrong person.
Yeah, he's not here to correct me right now. So
Trinidad and Tobago.
Tobago. So yeah, you can. He's from there. I know we've got some folks from Canada. I believe there are some folks from over in Europe as well. So we're getting there. We're starting to branch out a little bit more internationally, and so yeah, it's gonna be a really good time.
Looking forward to it.
Yes, me too. So it's gonna be definitely a whirlwind. Oh, and if you do register for the higher education summit, you using the if you get you get a an invite to the higher ed AV awards on Monday night as well. So your registration for the HETMA Education Summit gets you into the higher ed AV awards as well. So you already have plans now for Monday night if you sign up for the Education Summit. So there's another part of your incentive, and it's at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club. So, and Joe Way and I are excited to host again. So, and I just might have another shiny jacket to show off this year. Maybe a bow tie. No, let's be honest here. There will be a bow tie because it's me. So, all right. Well, I think we can start wrapping up things here tonight for this episode. We have some great guests coming up down the pipe. I'm not going to reveal yet. You're just going to have to come back and listen in and see who's coming in. I'm just, hey James, what do you just do? You want one last question before we move on out of here, James? What are you excited for in the next couple weeks now that the semester's over? I know it's different for the medical school, but like, what are you excited for in the next, like, let's say, month before Infocom?
Oof, that's a hard one. 'Cause I got
Mhm.
so much going on that, like, I'm just trying to keep my head above water right now. I got a lot of projects going on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know really.
Okay. Well, I'll be excited for you to just maintain oxygen. How about that?
There you go.
Keep the head above water, keep the oxygen flowing. What about you, Nancy?
Well, I'm still on the road, so I've been home for a week, and it's just nice to be able to have that week in my own bed, um and I'll be going uh June the 8th to Vegas. So I'm going to spend the weekend in Vegas and then be part of your awards and then getting our booth set up and all of that. So
Mhm.
it's June's going to go by quick.
Oh yeah, no, I know the
Yep.
It
next
really is.
the next 4 weeks are just gonna fly by. Like I am not even gonna deny it.
Yeah.
So,
So it's like the little engine that could. You just keep going and you don't stop and think about anything.
hmm exactly. So cool. Well, here we go. It's as it's been coming out, the road to Infocom 2024. We are in full swing. Um, let's uh let's just have a good time and get to the finish line here, folks. So
Sounds
thank
like
you.
fun.
Yeah. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, James. Thank you to Murphy as well. Thank you to all of our listeners. And as I always say, until our next adventure.